Hello everyone, once again welcome back to another session. In this session, we'll learn how to connect and configure a new FortiGate unit to securely connect a private network to the internet. Before do the configuration, I'm going to show you the installation process. First, you need to connect FortiGate into your network. Secondly, to connect the internet, you need to configure FortiGate network interface. Then add default route and finally create firewall policy. So let's get started. First, we'll build network topology based on FortiGate Firewall. Then we'll do the initial configuration to securely connect a private network to the internet. I'm going to have cloud, which is my ISP. Now I'm going to have FortiGate Firewall. I'm going to have Ethernet switch, which is my distribution switch. Now I'm going to have Windows 7 host. I'm going to get connection between ISP and my FortiGate Firewall, which is my gateway. In FortiGate Firewall, port 1, I'm going to use as my WAN interface. Now I'm going to have connection between FortiGate Firewall and my distribution switch. In FortiGate Firewall, port 2, which I'm going to use as LAN interface. And my Windows 7 host is connected from distribution switch, and distribution switch is connected to FortiGate Firewall, port 2. I'm going to name it ISP, and this is my WAN interface. WAN IP address is gonna be 192.168.45.3/24. And LAN IP is going to be 192.168.4.1/24. So this is our network topology based on FortiGate Firewall. Now we'll do the configuration. First, we'll configure FortiGate Firewall WAN interface using CLI, and then rest of the configuration we'll do graphically. Let's power on the FortiGate Firewall. I'm going to have console. We can see FortiGate Firewall is ready for login. Default user admin, and there is no password. To configure WAN interface, I'm going to write command config system interface, edit port 1, that is my WAN interface, set mode static. As I'm going to assign static IP, so I have set this mode static. Set IP 192.168.45.3 and subnet mask followed by 24-bit of mask. Now I'm going to allow some access from my firewall, which is set allow access ping http https telnet ssh. Port 1 as my WAN interface, so I'm going to set role 1, which is set role 1. I'm going to set name for this interface, which is set alias 1. So our WAN interface configuration is done. Let's write end. If I check my connection between ISP, I'm going to ping to my gateway, which is execute ping 192.168.45.2. Now we'll open FortiGate Firewall using Google Chrome. Open Google Chrome and browse to 192.168.45.3. Default user is admin and there is no password. Click login. We can see it is asking to change the password. So I'm going to set new password. Now I will log in with my new password. We can see FortiGate Firewall dashboard. Now we will configure FortiGate Firewall LAN interface. Go to network interface as we have configured internet facing interface which is 1 using CLI that we can see here. Now we will configure internal interface which is LAN facing interface. Select port 2 and click edit. I'm going to name interface LAN, interface role LAN, addressing mode manual, and set the IP and net mask to the private IP address which you want to assign to your network. So here is my LAN IP address is 192.168.4.1 and subnet mask followed by 24 bit of mask 255.255.255.0. Administration access is going to be HTTPS, ping, FMG access, CAP/WAP. If you want to create DHCP for your internal network, turn on the DHCP server. And the IP address range, here I'm giving DHCP starting IP address is 192.168.4.50 and end IP is 192.168.4.100. Save the changes. Click OK. Now go to network, static route and create a new route to allow your FortiGate reach to the internet. Set destination to subnet. Set the device to internet facing interface which is 1 and the gateway to the gateway IP provided by ISP. So my gateway is 192.168.45.2. Save the changes. Click OK. Next, go to policy and object Ipv4 policy and create a new policy which will allow internet traffic through the FortiGate. Set the name internet traffic. Set the incoming interface to the internal interface which is LAN and the outgoing interface to the internet facing interface which is 1. Set the rest to allow all traffic and set the action to accept, enable NAT and make sure use outgoing interface address is enabled to log and track internet traffic. Save the policy, click OK. You can now browse the internet using any computer that's connected to the FortiGate internal interface. So now I'm going to the host from the GNS3. If I go to network settings, we can see IP address which is obtained from FortiGate Firewall DHCP server. Now you can view traffic that has been processed by FortiGate Firewall by going to FortiView, All Session. Here we can see the internet traffic session that from the host which is connected to my FortiGate internal network. If I change the host IP to static, in all session here we can see the traffic which has been processed by FortiGate Firewall. That's how you can configure FortiGate Firewall. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.